Hey y'all, this is Marley K. I hope y'all are well. Got a video that I want to share with you today. It is about the future of CBDCs and how our deposits will be tokenized before they roll out the CBDCs. So this was a really good video. It's really simplified. So I want to share that with you all so that you can stay on top of all these rapid changes that will be coming this year. The only reason that I'm talking about this, and I'm gonna try to do like a weekly update or maybe a bi-weekly update, is because things are happening so rapidly all over the world. And talk about centralized and decentralized. This adoption of digital wallets and digital currency, digital IDs, all this stuff is tied together, but it's happening in a decentralized manner, and we are not getting information like we should be because we are not a part of the process of adoption. We didn't ask for it. We didn't want it. We are not voting on it. Decisions are made by rich, powerful people so that they can control every aspect of our lives. And so this is what this is all about. So I'm going to play this video for you and let you get some understanding about what's coming. Link will be in the description for this particular video, and I'll also be doing a video for digital IDs, which will be a little longer, but you need an update on digital IDs and digital currency because both will be instituted in many nations in 2024 and likely in America as well because they're already doing all these pilot projects with universal basic income, guaranteed income, um, a lot of other things, debit cards, credit cards, etc., etc. So let's get into this.
For joining. If you're new here, I hope that you consider subscribing on YouTube and Rumble. Like this video, it will help increase its reach, and check out my newsletter on Substack. It has been a while since we talked about CBDCs. I plan on sharing an update at least once a week from now on, as I know many of us are very, very interested and very worried, very concerned, and rightfully so. It is becoming increasingly clear that the introduction of digital currencies is likely a question of when rather than if. Although the United States hasn't made any official announcements, the EU has. As you may recall, in the beginning of winter, the head of the European Central Bank, Christine Lagarde, announced that the digital euro is on its way, and she made her best effort to sell it to those who would have no choice but to accept it. Here's this notorious video in case you happen to miss it. Take a look.
Digital euro is on the move. Yesterday, the Governing Council of the ECB approved the opening of the preparation phase. It will be a journey, and we will walk the journey together with the legislator. All European institutions will be involved to make sure that Europe is equipped with the currency of the future. Cash is here to stay. You will have all options, cash and digital cash. So what does it mean for you? For consumers, it would be free and easy to use everywhere in the euro area. All of that, of course, is subject to the legislative process. Cash or digital, the choice will be yours. Your euro, your choice.
After this official announcement made by Lagarde, the EU Commissioner Breton clarified that now that the EU has the digital ID wallet, the next step would be digital currency to keep in that wallet. He said, now that we have a digital identity wallet, we have to put something in it. Presumably, he was referring to the digital euro that is currently being actively developed. They just entered a new phase in November of 2023. The very next day, he claimed on X that the EU citizens will be able to, quote, have a secured e-identity for their lifetime. and the wallet has the highest level of both security and privacy. So effectively, he said, just get ready to have this digital reality for your lifetime. The plan is laid out right in front of our eyes. Of course, neither Christine Lagarde nor the EU Commissioner said anything about possibly polling their constituents to see if they feel comfortable with the digital IDs, to see if they understand what is meant under security and privacy, to see if digital wallets and the digital euro is something that they're interested in. I'm sure that they know the answer. Here's the thing, for the central bank digital currencies to be implemented, customer assets that are currently held in banks, they have to be tokenized. It's the first step. It's not the ultimate goal. It's a tool to get you to accept this new reality. You may already be familiar with the concept of asset tokenization. I discussed it in my previous videos when Citibank and JP Morgan Chase launched digital token banking service that effectively allows them to convert their customers' assets into digital tokens. It's already happening. I also wrote an entire post on tokenization and the role of the Bank of International Settlements on my Substack. BIS, or the Bank of International Settlements, is the central bank for all central banks, effectively. The infrastructure for the implementation of these new digital products has been put in place by the Bank of International Settlements, or BIS for short. It is an entity that functions as a bank's bank. Its mission is, and I'm quoting from its charter, to support central banks' pursuit of monetary and financial stability through international cooperation and to act as a bank for central banks. Effectively, the BIS is the International Central Bank, a cross-border global structure, global entity that is governed by appointed officials, not elected, by appointed officials, and it's managed to remain in the shadows since its establishment on January the 20th, 1930. The US Federal Reserve is part of the system, so it has been around for almost 100 years. Comment below, let me know if you are familiar with it, if you've heard about it before, and its role in international banking. The launch of a digital identity wallet is only the first step. According to the BIS, a central ledger will be created for the world's central bank digital currencies. This is when it gets interesting. For the transition to be successful, financial assets would be tokenized, as I briefly mentioned earlier. So the Bank of International Settlements defines tokenization as the process of representing claims digitally on a programmable platform. Let's take it one step further. The BIS makes an attempt to assure us that a token can be seen as the next logical step in digital record keeping and asset transfer. So what is a digital token? A token is a digital asset that can be manipulated by a financial institution. A tokenized customer's deposit is subject to the rules defined by its issuer. For example, a token may be spent or exchanged only within the scope or within the set of rules, predefined set of rules, I should say. An asset, for example, a customer's bank deposit, may have rules that allow the money to be spent only on certain services or certain products. Further, a token stores all information about the underlying asset, so its previous owners, dates of purchase, dates of sale, transaction dates, every single piece of information. This data is stored on a blockchain that is managed by a financial institution. The Bank of International Settlement explains the structure of a token in the following illustration. As you can see, a token consists of the information, such as banking information, your account level data, and the rules that define how this data is to be accessed and by whom. I really want to draw your attention to the fact that tokenization involves a new concept of, quote, a conditional performance of actions. Here's how the bank defines it. It enables the contingent performance of actions through smart contracts, which are logical statements such as if, then, or else. By combining composability and contingency, Tokenization makes the conditional performance of actions more readily attainable, even quite complex ones. The so-called conditional performance of actions is most likely used when setting the rules of what an asset can and cannot do. These rules are likely to have the potential to limit your user's ability to use your funds or other types of assets, such as tokenized equities, real estate, precious metals, and other types of assets. According to the Bank of International Settlements, all assets would be tokenized when the central ledger is launched. So every single asset will be part of the central ledger. Such assets would include deposits, real estate, and even precious metals, gold and silver. Effectively,
All right, so you heard that. Even precious metals, gold and silver, will be tokenized. And they'll be able to do that because every piece of metal that they sell you has a number, has a certificate, which has to be tracked, has to be reported. And so it's going to go on this ledger. So even if you have gold and silver on your person, the system will know that you have it, which means it is programmable and it can be confiscated. Or they could just say, we don't want them to use that. And so they could just program it to where you try to trade it or use it if you're trying to, sell it or maybe use it to convert to some other type of currency to buy food. Well, if they say, well, you can't use this currency, all silver is not able to be used, so we're going to program it. So if somebody has these numbers and this is silver, you can't use it. So everything is, we're going to be screwed. This is why you got to have stuff that's tangible that you can use, and buy it while you can. If you got to go get cash, use cash to go buy whatever it is that you need. That's the only way you're going to be able to do transactions. And now, because of uh, facial recognition technology used in stores, they can tell you went into the store and bought XXX thing. Your phone will ping that you went into the store. So unless you're conscious about um, invasion of privacy and being discovered, as far as like what types of tangible resources you may possess, like we screwed. We already screwed. We already in the new world order. We already here. You already can't buy, sell, or trade without some marks. Um, we screwed. That's all I can say. We're screwed. We are screwed. We need to call on the creator like never before, because there's no way we're going to be able to deliver ourselves from this evil unless it just supernaturally don't work right and we all delivered. It's going to be difficult for us to get out of this.
all items of value would undergo the process of tokenization and would be recorded on a central ledger. A new type of financial market infrastructure, a unified ledger, could capture the full benefits of tokenization by combining central bank money, tokenized deposits, and tokenized assets on a programmable platform. This is according to the Bank of International Settlements annual report. What is
So again, this also means your land, your house, anything that's considered an asset with a number or some type of uh, uh, um, yeah, with the number or with some type of identification attached to it, will be placed on this international level ledger, so that the world government can track everything. And with that, they already have a tax system in place, which I don't think I ever released that video. I did a video on the UN's taxation, their international taxation policies. I'm gonna go back and make sure I didn't release that, but it's a very interesting video. You should read it. watch the video and read the document that I include with it, because everything is already set up, and that's what people just don't understand. It's here. We're already in this new world order. We're already in the midst of the Great Reset. We're living it. It's done. The only thing that ain't happened is they told us we got to worship, and if we don't, we're gonna be persecuted. That's the only thing that ain't happened yet. Um, the system is set up, so don't think that you got time. You don't have any more time. 2024, 2025, that's it. So you got to be making your plans now.
What is the ultimate goal here? Well, it is pretty obvious. The ultimate goal of this digital system is to create a unified ledger. This is a new type of financial infrastructure that would contain every bit of information about a person's income, their assets, their holdings, and everything in between. So you're welcome to read more on this over on my Substack. I will link it in the video description below. As you can see, just looking at this information, it is safe to assume that privacy, among many other things that we tend to enjoy, will become a thing of the past. I plan on spending a lot more time on this topic again. I know I focused on it previously quite a bit, but this year we will likely see a big change in the banking system, so I want to keep you as updated as I possibly can. Thank you for watching. Please go ahead and show your support. It does go a long way. Give this video a thumbs up. Consider sharing it.
All right, so I'm going to include a link to this video in the description so that you can share it, you can rewatch it, you can go do your own research. I am encouraging you to do your own research. Do not just rely on me and others who are trying to warn you on the YouTubes. As you can see, our governments and our media is not informing the people about what's coming. Um, I did a lot last year to try to, talk about these different things, and I kind of got away from it because the war stuff broke out and all the other stuff came. But this stuff is important. Why they're telling you about the aliens and the wars are going on, and you got Cat Williams over here talking about who wearing dresses and who's stealing content, or this stuff is important. So you got to make sure that you understand, as I always tell you, when they put in something before you, there's something else that you need to be paying attention to. And over the holidays, we missed a lot of stuff. I missed a lot of stuff because it's just so much stuff to consume. All of it is important, and all of it impacts us individually and collectively in a lot of different ways. So, just trying to keep up with all these different things it has become a challenge for one person. So I'm going to miss some things, but I'm going to try to make sure that I stay on top of this digital currency and digital ID, because those will be the things, the tools that will be used to track us and mark us, or this will be the way that the creator determines who's sealed, because those who have the mark are going to be concerned about buying and selling, and not being able to do that would mean that you would have to deny yourself participating in this system. And so with that is going to come some persecution, and that is how the creator will know whose he is and who's not. So we are entering into that phase this year and up to 2025. So let us be aware of what's going on, so we can make informed decisions. We can inform our neighbors and friends, our family members. And then everybody got to make their own decision. Everybody got to walk their own walk. And there's only going to be one judge. So everybody got to make their own decisions. But at least you'll have tools and information to make your own informed decisions and be able to explain this stuff to people who suddenly one day go to the bank and they can't get their money because it's been tokenized, or they're unable to get cash. and they want the freedom to do that, because you're not going to be able to pay the dope man with tokens and CBDCs. You just ain't going to be able to do that. You're not. So people going to wake up, but it's only going to be when the things that they care about are impacted. So that time is coming. Let us prepare. Let us keep watch, and let us try to warn our neighbors, friends, and family. Um, that's all we can do. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload new content. Make sure you hit the all bell notification so that all notifications will come to you when I upload new content. If you hit personalized, you might not get a notification for months at a time. Um, Follow me on Odyssey and Rumble. In the event that this channel goes down, I'll be able to contact you. Also, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. In the event that this channel is down, I don't have another backup channel, so I'll be able to contact you and continue to share this content so that you'll be kept abreast of what is happening. If you'd like to support the channel financially, the Venmo and the uh, coffee link are in the descriptions. This channel is not monetized, and we do not have any sponsors. I read this news and I bring it to you because I care about my people and I want us to be well, and I want as many of us to avoid the snares of the enemy. Keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High, keep the Sabbath, repent for those sins daily, sins of commission and sins of omission. Learn those laws, statutes, and commandments, family, because that's going to be really important. If you're going to be a follower of children of Israel, the Israelites, you're going to have to understand those laws, statutes, and commandments, and um, get out of this system. That's the biggest thing. You're going to have to figure out a way to come out of this system. And I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to have to do it. So now is the time to start thinking about it. Self sufficiency is the only way to survive. Country living and self sufficiency. Read the word. It tells you, it gives you a roadmap how to get out of this, but you're going to have to make sacrifices. And I don't know if people are willing to make such sacrifices during this time. All right. This is Marley K. Love y'all, and I am out.